Welcome back to another episode of Formcast, episode 9,994. No, I'm just kidding. It feels like that. We've done a lot of things. We've covered a lot of topics. Today, we cover something that is so out there in the streaming world now that it's kind of unstoppable. And that is the presence of a new platform. This is called Kick Streaming. Kick for short. This platform is in beta phase, so there's still some testing to be done, of course, and new features to come, which we'll get into a little bit. But this platform has taken streaming industry by a huge wave, I think. It is absolutely crazy how many streamers, including myself, have looked into this, have tested streaming out there, and it's even crazier to see how many, I'd say, semi-larger streamers completely changed the platform that they were on to go to Kick Streaming and exclusively stream on that platform. What is Kick? Well, Kick is, to be honest, in a short form, is a clone of Twitch. It's green instead of purple. However, the UI looks pretty much exactly like Twitch. Minus a few things. Of course, this is in beta phase, so there's no things such as channel points. There's no things as bits. The only thing that you can do is subscribe or give subscriptions to a streamer on the platform. There's emotes. There's actually an easier way to become an affiliate. Average viewership doesn't matter to be monetized. It's simply 75 followers and stream 5 hours compared to Twitch's 3 average viewers. And they're, I believe, stream on 7 different days and a certain amount of hours it was. So monetization is a little bit easier. And then the average viewership comes into play when you want to be verified. So you get a green check mark, of course, not purple, green. And the benefits of that have yet to be seen. However, it is in beta, and the leaders of the platform have, shared a few things in terms of a potential partner creator program that is above the verified check mark, which we don't know what that entails. There is some rumor that it would entail an hourly rate that the streamer would get paid while they are live, which both is okay, cool. Not sure what that rate would be or should be, depending on who you are, I guess. Maybe it's a flat rate for all streamers. However, I just feel like that would mean people would want to stream all the time in order to just get paid that rate as secured income, I guess. But something about that makes me feel like it'll become an unhealthy thing for a lot of people. Like, people won't be able to just stick to their schedule. They'll just want to go live all the time because they know that they'll actually get paid something rather than nothing streaming on another platform, perhaps. With that being said, it is interesting to see what it's doing. Now, Twitch in the last little while has definitely not really made a lot of good moves. And the biggest thing that Kick has over Twitch is the sub split. So for revenue on Twitch, it's 50-50. It's actually after, taxes aside, because you get taxed on Kick as well. But aside from fee like that, you get charged fees. For example, I live in Canada, so I get currency charged fees. So I actually don't make 50% of my sub revenue. I make a little bit less. What that exactly is, I'm not entirely sure. However, on Kick, they have it 95% sub split, and that is actually a true 95% because right now they're using Stripe for payouts. So they don't have to pay all these extra fees and all that kind of stuff right now. Will that change? We don't know. However, as of this moment, we are March 26th, and since its implementation, it's a 95-5 split for the sub revenue. Now, again, they're coming out with more features to monetize. So there's this Kicks, which is similar to Bits, and then they've talked about this feature of making it rain in your stream. So if a viewer wants to make it rain with these Kicks, then you get some viewers get some, and I don't know exactly. Some of the mods might get some too. I'm not entirely sure how that will work. But it's a new feature that I don't think any other platform has. So they're coming out with some new things that make it exciting. However, the subsplit is the biggest thing. You have a lot of smaller streamers that have been streaming on Twitch or Facebook or anywhere else, to be honest, and are having a hard time making $100 a month. You know, they go on Kick, they meet a few other people. These people realize how amazing this person is, let's say, A smaller platform right now means less people on it, which means easily discovered because you don't have to scroll so much to find streams if you're trying to look for somebody new, or you might be on the recommended more easily, like on the front page type thing, depending on what's going on. So you might meet a few new people, and that person might give you 10 subs. Well, 10 subs on Kick is roughly $45 US, where 10 subs on Twitch is just over $20. So when you really look at it, you're definitely making more for the same amount of support sub-wise. Now, again, it doesn't have bits. So, that feature of monetization, someone could come to your stream and drop 10,000 bits on Twitch, which is $100, which no one can do that on Kick right now. So right now is the key word. So there's a lot of things going on with this. However, there is a lot of backlash around the topic, and my morals even kicked in for myself because initially when this platform was coming out on Twitter and people were talking about it, there's a lot of backlash in terms of what is allowed on the platform. And as they go, they're, I think, fine-tuning their TOS, their terms of service, but the enforcement of it seems to be a little bit maybe laxed right now. There's a lot of talk about pornography and nudity and just inappropriate behavior that is being displayed on streams and nothing being done about those streamers. And some of these are large streamers, so and that hold a large viewership on that platform right now. So it's to say like maybe that'll fine tune itself. Everyone says, well, Twitch was like that when it first started 12 years ago, which I think any baby platform always has its little snags. It's like a new business. You always fine tune as you go, you learn as you go. So hopefully they do that. Now, the other thing is who backs this platform Kick. Now, stake.com is an online gambling website, and Stake is a giant company who have been the driving force behind the investments, I believe. And now, don't take everything I say for word because I might not have all the information. But from what I've seen, obviously Stake has a big play in the investments and the backing of this platform for streamers. And they are a gambling company. And not a lot of people like gambling companies because it promotes gambling to young individuals. It promotes gambling to people who have gambling issues. Then the other side says, well, everyone's an adult. They should be able to make their own decisions. If they're allowed to be on a gambling website, then they've made that decision to be on that website. Now, you do have to be 13 years old to have an account on Kick, same as Twitch. So that 13 to like whatever age is an adult in whatever country they are, 18, 19, 21, whatever it is. I think those are the people that a lot of people are concerned about, feeding the gambling, feeding the inappropriateness, the nudity, the sexual stuff to those people. However, there is some of that on Twitch as well. I think there's a little bit less. Gambling is obviously banned. It's illegal to do on Twitch. So it is what it is. So with that being said, this new platform is bringing massive waves to the industry. I've tested it out. There is a little bit of issues with viewership still. I see a bunch of people at like 100 viewers with no one chatting. It's a little bit concerning. And you see some people with 20 viewers with a lot of people chatting. So that's fine. However, I think the bugs and the little issues and the whatever things should get fixed and resolved as they go, but time will tell. So if it was me, dip your toes in both pools, dip your toes in many pools, because multiple sources of income in this industry are what lead you to being able to go full-time and do this. If this was your passion or your dream to be full-time, that's what's going to get you there. So will I leave Twitch? No, probably not. The platform has changed my life. And there's a lot of people that are in my community specifically that have expressed their non-desire, their lack of desire to switch platforms. It's just not in people's habits yet. Will it become a habit for some to use another platform to watch streams? That's the big question. A lot of streamers have gone to this new platform. Their mobile app is actually being unveiled and made accessible to the public this evening as I record this. So that will make a giant wave, I think, in terms of bringing more viewership over. It's a little bit easier to watch on people's mobile devices rather than having to use a browser source right now. Now, the big question is will viewers change their habits and their routines? A lot of people love Twitch. They've been watching things on Twitch forever. I compare this to something like Tim the Tatman. When Tim the Tatman was on Twitch, I would watch him all the time. He made a switch to YouTube. it really is not in my habits. It's my routine, my desire to go on YouTube to watch a stream. So I literally just never watch them anymore. Now, can I simply just start watching YouTube streams and catch Tim's stream? Yeah, of course I could, but I'm not. I don't want to. You know. So no matter how much you enjoy someone's content and how much you want to support them, sometimes it's just that inner thing for themselves that, one, morally, I don't like the platform, perhaps the whole gambling thing and the inappropriate stuff that's on there, and the fact that like I don't like it. There are those people who don't want to switch over, and it doesn't mean they're not going to support you. They will support you on how they want to and where they want to, which I think is a big reason that I probably will not just cut off Twitch and go to a new platform unless for some reason Twitch is hurting me directly. Say the sub split goes even worse, or say they require us to stream a certain amount of hours just to be paid our revenue, whatever it is. So that is a different story, but people also might not move over because it's just not in their habits. It's just not part of their routine, which is perfectly fine. So I do think the people who have completely switched there are benefiting in a way because they're pushing all their sub revenue to one site where you get paid 95% rather than under 50%. So you're going to make more money for your subs. However, the grand scheme of things really comes down to your content. If you couldn't grow, if you couldn't be seen, if you couldn't retain viewers and retain support on one platform, it makes me wonder why. You know, is it the content? Is it your quality of your stream? All those things that make you a good streamer, if you're not doing those on Facebook, YouTube, Trovo, Twitch, wherever else you want to stream, then you probably won't be receiving that long-term sustainable growth, success, support on another platform just because you get paid for more for your subs and because it's new. So that's the thing that I try and focus on is, yes, you can be seen a little bit easier because there's not a lot of people on it right now. And I say not a lot, but like that's compared to something like Twitch, of course, that has millions of streamers. So you could be seen, you could be all these things, blah, blah, blah. But that sustainable growth is what I always have in the back of my head. What is good for sustainable growth? You know, what not what's good for this very second, because yeah, it's nice to be able to benefit and take advantage of a 95-5 split. So if that changes in a month, you can say, well, hey, for the first month, I got 95%, you know, out of my sub revenue, and it was great while it lasted. And, you know, oh, now it's down a little bit, whatever. You took advantage of it. It's like taking advantage of a sale at a store, in my opinion. You're going to take advantage of the sale, and when it's over, well, you probably, you know, won't go there as much. So it begs to differ to say, if the 95-5 split on Kick disappears, will people stop streaming there? We don't know. That's why they're coming out with these new features. There's a lot of people that say the 95-5 split won't go anywhere, all these things, which then falls onto Twitch. And what I hope happens is Twitch sees this platform, sees this new baby platform already making waves in a matter of weeks and tons of people leaving. There are some pretty decently large streamers on Twitch that have left, that make Twitch a lot of money, that have left. And Twitch is just not making the moves right now. Now it's only been a few weeks, so we'll see what happens in the next coming months. But Twitch also, you know, is saying 50-50 split for subs is fine because we give you ads to make money off. There's no ads on Kick right now. And I say right now because it's very hard to imagine a website of any sorts lately, nowadays, 2023, without ads. And if you're live streaming, it's hard to say that you won't have to run ads or there won't be an ad on your stream somewhere, somehow. So that's another thing that we have yet to see. However, Twitch says, you know, we have this ad incentive program that really benefits you guys, and that's where we can make up for the lower sub split. We've talked recently about the ad incentive program offered to Twitch streamers, and my current one for this month, I've made $100 on ads. I run 4 minutes of ads per hour, and I have to stream 130 plus hours to get that. Now, the estimate is anywhere between $80 to $111, I believe it was. So I've made $100. I've streamed 102 hours. It's about 98 cents an hour that I get paid to run ads. 98 cents an hour. Put that into just, I don't know, write it down or something, because 98 cents an hour. When's the last time somebody got paid 98 cents an hour? Back in my day, 19. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it makes no sense to say that's why the sub split is lower. Facebook used to do 100%. I believe it's 70-30 now. YouTube has always been 70-30. Now Kick is coming in at 95.5. I'm not sure what Trovo offers. However, I don't know. Now, the other flip side is Twitch has to pay a lot more people. They just laid off 400 employees. Now, that's probably an excess amount of employees based off of COVID time. So they probably got hired during COVID. I'm assuming. Again, this is not confirmed or anything like that. But, you know, they laid off 400 employees. They have to pay for all these servers to be able to host this many streamers on the platform, blah, blah, blah. It's bigger. It costs more, all these things. So that's why they can't give us a bigger split and give the creators more. However, it's more than that. You know, these features that creators want, these things that creators need, the platform just doesn't give that to us. And as a full-time streamer, that is scary, right? So it's like, you know, you're doing one job at a store and the other store is doing almost a similar thing, but everyone there is getting paid more and they're coming out with more new ideas and fresh ideas that might change the game of streaming. It's very enticing. Very enticing. So personally, what I've done is I've set myself a schedule to go live on Kick 3 times a week, and I'll keep my schedule on Twitch. As things go, we may make changes. And it's unfortunate to say, and I actually, like, between you and me, guys, I actually cried on stream last week with my community because I was so overwhelmed with the decision of reducing hours on Twitch and potentially missing time with certain people, certain supporters, because I know that they will not go to another platform. It is very morally destroying me. But at the end of the day, when you do this full time, mortgage needs to get paid. Food needs to be put on the table. You need to pay for your water, your electricity, your heat. You have to pay your bills. You have to pay your car. You got to pay your gas. You got to pay everything. You got to pay your overhead. If I have an office right now, I got to pay that, you know, to be able to do this. So there are so many different things that are to be taken into account as a full-time streamer when this happens, compared to someone that is just doing this as a hobby, that stream 3-4 times a week and still have a full-time job, and whatever they make from streaming is just bonus stuff, right? It's a very different world when you do this full-time, and it's very scary when one platform that you use, that is the majority of your income, Twitch, is not making moves, and another company, another platform, another website is making moves. But it comes with like a lot of cons and stuff and scary moments and caution. So it's kind of like pick your poison right now. But my personal opinion about it is I hope that Kick makes enough of a wave to do one of two things. Become the main platform where people do want to spend their time and people will actually change because Twitch just gets worse and worse. Or their new features, their massive moves, they're this and they're that, will force Twitch to make moves where we can actually still use that platform and still benefit from it and actually benefit more in the long run. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to talk about. You know, there's all these things going on. Now, yes, Kick is still already displaying, you know, a few weeks in. The platform has been around for a few months, but it's just been in the last 3 weeks, I'd say 4 weeks, month or so, that people have really been talking about it. But they've already, you know, chosen exceptions, verifying people and giving them sub buttons before they even go live for some. And then for others, no, right? Twitch does that sometimes. They break their own rules for certain people. Why? I don't know. But it leaves a sour taste in my mouth because I think it should be fair for everyone. You know, the viewership thing. When some streams have 100 viewers and no one's chatting, it's a little bit weird. Doesn't make much sense. Maybe something's happening with that to attract people. And that's the rumor, is some streams are getting boosted to bring the smaller streamers over and build the platform up. Now, we don't know if that's true or not. Make your own opinions about it. But at the end of the day, you stream where you want to stream. You make your money where you want to make your money. And if people don't want to follow you around because you're switching platforms and all these things, which is a big thing, people, I think, do expect their community to switch over. It's sad when people don't switch over when you want to switch because, you feel like, well, people should support me wherever I am, whatever platform it is, especially because this is almost a clone of Twitch. It feels very, very similar, a little bit different, but very similar. It goes without saying that people will do what they want, and you have to do what you want, and you will have to face the consequences and the downsides of that. But you can also embrace and enjoy the benefits and advantages of it as well. Now, March 26th, the app drops tonight. There might be a lot more users on the platform now, so it might continue to grow over on Kick. However, we're not sure. So for that being said, we wait. We continue to wait. We see what the changes are, and we see what everyone's talking about. Right now, I do think the platform is just all about money. A lot of people say the community is great, which I haven't run into any bad people. I haven't run into a major amount of new people. A lot of names I recognize from Twitch, so it's a little bit, iffy on that part. But everyone seems to be, tweeting and sharing like, oh, subs. This is how many I've gotten. This is how many I've gotten, which is great because it is life-changing, If you make anywhere between 10 and if you make 40 subs in one stream, that's nearly $200 compared to under 100 on another platform. So it is life-changing. It makes a huge difference. So that being said, cash is king, right? We'll see what happens in the future. I don't think I have anything else to say about this, but please feel free to go on YouTube, drop a comment down on the video about this new platform and what you might think might come of it and what you might think might not come of it. And if you're listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. We are over 100 downloads on the podcast. It means the world. We'll see you guys next time on our next episode 9,973 next time. I don't remember the number I said at the beginning of this podcast. But until then, we'll catch you later.